Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Daisy and I do budget videos, cash stuffing / sinking funds. Me and the hubby live in the Bay Area of California. So I'm gonna get into it. Today we're going to go over our February closeout. So I initially already recorded this video, but had a bunch of technical things that I couldn't fix, so I'm redoing this video. So you can see that I've already entered all the numbers, and I'm just gonna kind of talk and walk you guys through it so you guys can get a look at what's been going on, how we're doing on our budget, kind of how my thought process works, so that if you also happen to live in the Bay Area, we tend to live in a high cost of living area. So here we go. So we started off with a carryover of $626, which is really great. The goal was to kind of keep this carryover. So essentially we would have had to stay within budget and then still be able to do that carryover. And so that was the carryover from January. I brought in the 2,000 and the hubby actually brought in 3,782. He had a little bonus. And if you watched my last video, I believe it was the last one or the last two videos, we used that 782 to fund our cash envelopes because we've been kind of living on a tight budget since the beginning of the year with our cash envelope / sinking funds, and then a penny of interest. So overall, the total, which is not this was the total income brought in, but with the carryover, it was $6,408.55. So that's what we were working with. And so you'll see here, I listed all our expenses, fill it all in. We went over 4 categories. So groceries, we went over by $1.71, which I'm still pretty proud of us. I know, when looking at why we went over, it's always good to reflect as to what happened. And basically, I wasn't as organized or as consistent with the meal planning. So that's what happens. People always say, make a list, meal plan, meal prep, all these things that the truth is it actually works. It's just hard work to be consistent and disciplined and be able to do it. Like, let's just be real. So that's groceries. Eating out, we were able to stay under, which was great, but we do have an additional cash envelope in the sinking funds, and that fund is now at 0. We spent it all. We basically spent all we could on eating out. So that's always been, the area of the area we struggle with most. So the gas prices went up here in the Bay Area. We're around $5 again. We were originally at like $4.45-ish, but now we're around $5. So we went over in gas. Personal, we did fine. And then supplements, we did go over by $20.50. Everything else we did great. And then there's an additional category, which was a purchase that I made. That I don't even remember what I purchased, but I did purchase something and I decided not to take it out of my actual envelope. And I thought, you know what, I purchased probably almost towards the end of the month, and I just thought that we were in a good track. So I figured I would have the carryover from last month take up and absorb that expense. Okay, so we did that calculation. The total was $3,076.06, leaving us with a remainder of $3,332.49. Now, let's see, where are we? Okay, so sinking funds, I mentioned we did do the 560 plus the 782. So that ended up being $1,292, and then our ofrenda was $100. So that total was $1,392, leaving us with a leftover of $1,940.49. Okay, so moving down here. These are 3 debts. The tickets we paid off at $297.50, which is great. So we won't have that next month. If you watched my March video, you'll see that. I'll actually put this hand in hand so you guys can kind of see it here. So this medical debt, the goal was to basically pay it off by the end of Q1, which would have been by the end of March. So I budgeted $787 in February and $900 in March, and that would cover the entire debt for that. So here in February, I did pay $900. So I put $900 here, even though it's less, I believe it's less than that, or maybe I didn't calculate it very well, but we have about $900, maybe a little over 900. And so what you'll see here is the medical here, medical 2. This was for co-pays that we had incurred in January, and it actually was a little more. So it was $295. And so you can tell that by adding what I paid to the debt was $1,492.50 with the leftover of $447.99. So this carryover, which I've already put here in March, was a lot less than what we started in February. So essentially what that means is that we did go over our budget if we were solely relying on our income. But because we had that carryover, I was able to pay off the additional co-pays that we had so that I don't have to carry this debt into the next one. So this medical 2 debt is paid off. Here in March, this medical 2022 still is the same as medical 1. So this would be the last payment for this debt. But then I did mention in our March that we have another medical bill that came through, and we're going to do a payment plan of $200 per month. So that's going to be that. So after March, the only debt we will have is this medical 2023. And so the learning lesson here is we've never incurred this much medical bills before. This is really, 2022 is actually our first year. You know, we've always had the lowest tier. We're both self-employed, so we both have to cover our own medical coverage. And so the goal or the learning lesson here is that now I have to have a sinking fund for medical stuff. And I'm thinking that that's probably going to be this goal for the year. Honestly, because we are planning to have more family soon, that's going to be in the thousands of dollars. So it's going to be a recurring or a goal that we're going to have for a while. So that's that, guys. Hope you guys maybe enjoy watching these or learn something, or maybe if you have any suggestions for me, I would love to hear from you. Comment down below. Until the next video, I think the next video is going to be the cash stuffing for March. So until then, bye guys.